What is corruption? To us, it's simple. Corruption is the abuse of entrusted power for private gain. Whether it's paying a bribe to access public services like healthcare and education, or whether it's money laundering schemes involving billions in dirty money, what's important is how corruption affects you, and the cost of corruption can be enormous. Corruption can cost you your livelihood, your rights, your health, your freedom, and sometimes even your life. It erodes democratic freedoms, rule of law, and trust in government. Corruption also reduces your chances for a healthy environment and sustainable future. When money meant to tackle the climate crisis is stolen, that's your future being taken from you. When money meant to improve your local schools, hospitals, and roads is snatched away, opportunities for a better life are lost with it. When money meant to improve your government and the rule of law is stolen, so too is your chance for a more just and secure future. Every year we lose billions to corruption, billions that were supposed to improve all of our lives, our opportunities, and our communities. At times, the scale of the problem can seem overwhelming, but corruption is not inevitable. Together, we have the power to stop corruption. Join us.
Hi, I'm Zunor and I will start the presentation with introduction. So first off, what is corruption in general? A variety of immoral actions such as bribery, embezzlement, and fraud carried out by people or organizations with power or influence for their own benefit are collectively referred to as corruption. So in addition, corruption undermines public confidence, undermines fair competition, impairs institutional integrity, stifles economic growth, and goes against moral principle and the rule of law. The article's focus is on the pervasive corruption inside foreign worker organizations, which has a negative impact on the nation's labor migration policy. So this chronic issue spread through numerous sectors, affecting lawmakers, ministers, and law enforcement organizations, posing severe challenges to the system's integrity and impartiality. Furthermore, another issue is bribery action in labor management systems, offering light on its impact and the issues it poses to openness and accountability. So now let's get into the importance of the issue. Systemic corruption. Systemic corruption refers to the widespread and deeply rooted act of corruption that occurs within a system or organizations. So systemic corruption inside the foreign worker organization is extremely troubling issue with far-reaching consequences for nation's labor migration system. The involvement of various parties ranging from politicians and ministers to law enforcement agencies heighten the gravity of the situations, posing serious dangers to the system's integrity and impartiality. So this widespread corruption not only undermines public trust in government institutions, but also destroys the fundamental principle of fair competition, resulting in a tiled playing field for both businesses and workers. Furthermore, the pervasiveness of corruption inside the foreign worker organizations foster an environment of impunity in which unethical actions go unchallenged and perpetrators avoid accountability. Next one is bribery. So this issue is significant because it has implications for the integrity and reliability of nations' foreign labor management systems. In the article, there were an arrest of an executive for allegedly accepting payments to control computer systems, raises questions about the system's susceptibility to corruption and manipulations. Such activities not only risk the efficiency and efficacy of foreign worker management processes, but they also damage public trust in the integrity of the government and private sector entities in charge of regulating these systems. Corruption in foreign worker management systems can lead to unjust worker treatment, favorism, and inefficient resource allocation. Furthermore, it promotes a culture of impunity and undermines trust in Malaysia's ability to combat corruption successfully. So now I will pass to the next presenter, Najiha, to explain the impact of the issue.
Hello everyone, I'm Najiha and I will be presenting about the impact of the issue. Despite foreign labor being beneficial to a nation, we also need to acknowledge and deal with how they affect our local workforce, organization, and society. One of the impacts on employees based on the issue is job displacement. Job displacement occurs when organizations prioritize hiring foreign workers through corrupt means, which are leading to local workers losing their jobs or facing reduced employment opportunities. This is due to the perception that foreign labor is cheaper and easier to exploit. Consequently, local workers may experience layoff, reduced working hours, or difficulty finding new employment, which will leading to financial problems. Marginalized or vulnerable workers are disproportionately affected, which worsening existing labor market imbalance and contributing to long-term societal issues such as decreased moral and increased poverty rates. To protect the livelihood and financial stability of local workers, measures must be taken to ensure that they are not displaced due to the availability of foreign labor. Next is the risk of unfair treatment and exploitation, which are as one of important effect on workers due to the integrity and reliability problems in Malaysia's foreign labor management system. Decision-making procedures get distorted when corruption and manipulation creep into this system, frequently benefiting employers or those who are prepared to pay bribes. As a result, foreign laborers may discover that they are wrongfully excluded from employment possibilities, exposed to dangerous working conditions, or paid insufficiently for their labor. These flaws not only compromise the rights and welfare of workers, but they also feed the never-ending cycle of abuse and exploitation. Essentially, workers' vulnerability is increased by the compromised integrity of the labor management system, which also undermines workers' trust in the system that is supposed to protect them and sustain systematic inequalities. Apart from the impact on employees, corruption also has an impact on the organization. We can see this when organizations face serious risk due to corruption in foreign labor management, especially when it involves damaging their credibility and losing their competitive edge. Companies that engage in unethical activities such as corruption or avoiding labor law damage their reputation as moral organizations. Customer, partners, and investors may decide to cut ties with the businesses as a result of this loss of confidence because they do not want to be associated with unethical behavior, and due to this, organizations may find it difficult to attract new customers, obtain capital, and retain current stakeholders. The impact goes beyond short-term financial loss, and it also affects sustainability over time and expansion opportunities. Next is the impact on the work environment. The problem with Malaysia's foreign labor management system discussed in the issue is manifested through unfair treatment of workers, favoritism, and poor allocation of resources. First of all, treating people unethically goes against the core principle of justice, which is essential to developing a motivated and effective workforce. This raises concerns about unfair treatment of workers, as described before. These unethical activities not only undermine moral and trust, but also increase turnover rates and lower productivity in organizations. Furthermore, the existence of favoritism perpetuates a culture of bias, indicating concerns about manipulation and favoritism in administrative structures. Decision made based on personal relationship rather than standards stifle creativity and productive collaboration, highlighting the difficulties in managing foreign labor. Moreover, the tendency towards inefficient allocation of resources caused by corruption reflects the concern raised about money being wasted on short-term projects rather than those with better long-term profit potential in the foreign labor management system. As a result, organizational corruption has implications that go beyond specific situations, eroding effectiveness, fairness, and trust in both. And last but not least, the impact of corruption on society. The systematic corruption that exists in Malaysian foreign worker organization has a significant and diverse influence on society. First, the government and law enforcement organizations in charge of managing foreign labor become less impartial and fair by corruption. This causes those with limited resources and small businesses to be at a disadvantage because unethical people or organizations take advantage of the system for their own benefit. This leads to an endless cycle of inequality that worsens social inequality and social conflicts. Furthermore, widespread corruption breeds pessimism and a diminished belief in the values of justice and equality, all of which undermine public trust in the rule of law. The lack of trust and cohesiveness within the community can have significant consequences, impacting social stability and the general well-being of Malaysian society. Next, corruption within Malaysia's foreign labor management system leads to a decline in trust in companies' commitment to ethical business practice. This corruption not only raises doubts about the integrity of organizations involved in labor process, but also implicates government agencies. The indication that executives might accept bribes to manipulate computer systems, such as a willingness among companies to act unethically for self-gain. Consequently, public trust in the honesty and reliability of companies overseeing crucial aspects of labor mobility is eroded. This loss of faith may lead the public to perceive companies as prioritizing profit over morality, resulting in demoralization and skepticism regarding corporate integrity. With that, from some of the impact I mentioned just now, of course there is a solution. Therefore, I will pass to the next presenter to present about it.
Next, I will proceed with the solutions. There are few solutions involving employees, organizations, and also societies according to the impact that have been told before. First and foremost, the solutions that can be taken by the government is by addressing the needs of employees, particularly foreign workers, which require the establishment of the robust regulation and monitoring systems. This regulation should not only ensure compliance with labor laws, but also protect against exploitation and abuse in the workplace. Key components of such regulations include provision of equal pay, safe working conditions, and also measures to prevent discrimination. Regular workplace inspection, coupled with penalties for non-compliance, are crucial to enforcing these standards and holding organizations accountable for ethical employment practices. Next solution to employees is by empowering foreign workers through education and support programs, providing them with knowledge about their rights as employees, as well as access to legal assistance and counseling services can actually help them to navigate the complexities of the legal system and also at the same time assert their rights effectively. This initiative, such as mandated training on labor rights and duties for both employers and also employees, can actually foster a culture of ethical employment practices and also mutual respect in the workplace. Apart from that, a solution to the organizations by prioritizing integrity, efficiency, and also professionalism in managing migrant workers is essential. This involves addressing systemic issues such as corruption, which can undermine the efforts to protect workers' rights and also promote fair labor practices. By prioritizing the elimination of corruption and fostering a skilled force within the management system, organizations can create a culture of responsibility and honesty that benefits both employees and also employers alike. Additionally, reforming policy development and execution is crucial for improving the management of migrant workers in Malaysia. Presently, the lack of consistency and centralized leadership in policy making often leads to fragmented outcomes and inefficiencies. Establishing a comprehensive governance framework overseen by the Prime Minister can help coordinate efforts across government departments and ensure that policies are developed and implemented in a coherent manner. Furthermore, engaging stakeholders from various sectors and promoting cooperation between government organizations and also non-government organizations can actually lead to the development of more effective and inclusive policies that address the diverse needs of migrants and the nation as a whole. Next is the solution for society. In addressing societal concern, public awareness programs play a vital role in fostering a culture of transparency, accountability, and also responsibility. This program educates stakeholders, including employers, foreign workers, and also the general public, about the negative impacts of corruption and the importance of adhering to regulation and ethical recruitment practices. By increasing public knowledge and understanding, this initiative empower individuals to recognize and report instances of corruption, ultimately contributing to a more just and equitable society. Not only that, the collaboration between government organizations and also non-government organizations are essential for maximizing the impact of intervention and monitoring shared accountability. By leveraging their respective expertise, resources, and also networks, these stakeholders can work together to develop and implement comprehensive solutions to the complex impacts of labor exploitation and also management. Through ongoing collaboration and continuous improvement, stakeholders can adapt their approaches to changing circumstances and ensure that efforts to promote honesty, equity, and also advancement in labor practices are sustained over the long term. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
So now that we have heard all the explanations, we will draw a conclusion on this matter. So the findings of a comprehensive analysis of bribery and systemic corruption inside Malaysian foreign worker organizations underscore the pressing need for various solutions that tackle the problem's impacts on employees, organizations, and the society at large. To tackle corruption, an all-encompassing approach is required, involving public awareness campaign, regulatory changes, worker empowerment and education initiative, prioritizing organizational integrity, developing and implementing effective policies, and collaboration between governmental and ungovernmental organizations. So by putting these suggestions into practice, Malaysia can fight corruption, safeguard the rights and welfare of domestic and foreign laborers, rebuild public confidence in institutions, and promote an equitable and just society that supports long-term social and economic progress. It is imperative that all parties involved collaborate well to provide an environment that is open and responsible and maintain the values of justice, equality, and integrity.